In today's lesson, we are going to learn how to find the distance between 2 points, but we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem to do so. It's pretty self-explanatory once I do an example, but what we do is if we have 2 points like I have right here, and make sure you guys label them as well, all you do between the 2 points is you create a triangle from the points. So by doing that, we now have a right triangle that we've created. So we label how many units high and how long it is. So it is 3 units at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it is 5 up above. Okay, so what we are going to do is find the hypotenuse. So it's just like finding the hypotenuse at the beginning of this chapter, but you're going to now have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Well, what we have here is 5 and 3 are our legs. They're a and b, and then the distance or the hypotenuse is c. So we're going to plug those into our equation. So I have 5 squared plus 3 squared equals c squared. So that is 25 plus 9 equals c squared. Okay, so now when we go ahead and add those together, we get 34 equals c squared. Now, to get rid of that, you guys should have the hang of it by now. You take the square root, all right? Now, we do not have a perfect square of this situation, so we're going to have to round, and I want you guys to round to 1 decimal point. So I end up getting that c is equal to 5.8. I do not round it up, I keep it as is, and that is how far of a distance it is between those 2 points. The second example is the same thing. We go ahead and have our different sides. We're going to draw this right triangle, just like so. We're going to label how tall our sides are. We have 4 units here and 4 units here. Then we just plug it into our Pythagorean theorem, okay? We know that we're finding c, so our 4s are our legs, our a's and our b's. So we have 4 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. We have 16 plus 16 equals c squared. We have 32 equals c squared. And again, when we take our square root, it's not a perfect square, so that means we are going to have a decimal. So when we do 32 and we find the square root of that, we end up getting 5.7, when I round it correctly, is equal to c. Make sure you round it correctly because our decimal was something like 5.6568 and on and on. Well, the 5.65, the 6 rounds up to 7 because the number next to it, the 5, is larger or is equal to 5. And that's your answer. Go ahead and try this last one on your own and see how you do when you come back. When you do the mathematics and you round correctly, you should get that your hypotenuse is 7.1. You should have had to take the square root of 50 to find out that it is, in fact, 7.1, again, when you round to only 1 decimal point. I want you guys to try these problems on your own, plot some of the points, draw your right triangle, and find the hypotenuse, that c value. If you need to round, please round to 1 decimal place, and I'll check back with you guys later. Ask if you have any questions.